Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of Ranking the Albums. Once again, in the co-captain's chair for this another excursion into Southern Rockville, Simon Bray from the UK. Hello, hello.
Yeehaw.
Ready to talk some Doc Holliday?
Very much so.
Cool. There might be some people watching who are like, I don't know who Doc Holliday is. Well, they were a band that kind of burst on the scene in the very early 80s, because that was, you had Southern rock bands popping up all over the place in the late 70s, early 80s, but perhaps they came a couple of years too late. I think they had a little bit of success early on, but they happened to fall into that dreaded, we're a Southern rock band, it's the mid 80s or early mid 80s, and things are changing. What do we do? And I think they took some drastic avenues, and that I think did not help their career whatsoever. And I'm sure we'll get into that. But man, some really good rockin' Southern rock. I would say, Simon, I don't know if you agree with this, they at times were like on Molly Hatchet and Blackfoot level, I think, or close to it. And some really good songs and a couple really good albums. We got, so here's the deal with their catalog. They've got like a whole bunch of kind of live covers and all that sort of thing. They've got actually more releases than what we're going to do today. We're going to do 6. To our knowledge, these are the 6 true studio albums. There are a couple more. I think one's a true live album. One's got a like 3/4 covers, and I think there's one other that's got a mishmash of things. So we decided not to cover those. We're just going to do the 6 albums proper, and we're going to go with our least favorite to our favorite. And Simon's going to kick us off with his number 6.
Yeah, he is. The first 2 albums in particular were so good, really, really good. But possibly the reason most people haven't heard of them because they didn't sell.
Yeah.
And I'm going to assume management had a great idea, and that was to bring in Mac, the producer of Queen, and send the boys over to Germany. Now, this was not a good idea. No. I'm sorry. Medicine, modern medicine. It's my number. It's not your number 6. You've got no ears. It's a shockingly bad record. It really is. It epitomizes everything that was wrong with the 80s. Oh Christ on a bike! Just no. Why send a Southern rock act to Munich? Why? When Freddie Mercury's shagging dwarfs all over the place. Why? But anyway, let's have a look. Just City of the Night opens up, which would be fine if it wasn't attached to the name Doc Holliday. Right. Doc Holliday, you're expecting fire guitar solo, a little bit of Hammond organ, crack going wild. Dreaming is like pleasant, middle of the road. Give me some. No, let's not. Let's just no. Just please no. It's just zany shit. Sounds a bit like the Thompson Twins, and that's never a good thing. You don't have to cry anymore. That I do like. There's a song I like. It's a bit Survivor-ish. It's big ballad. It's got the drums on it. It's probably the only song that I've actually listened to more than once recently. Rock City's the worst Robert Palmer song ever. Hell to Pay is just garbage. No relation to love is no relation to a song. Shitty production. Max just Queen. This killed the career stone dead.
Yeah.
It really, just beyond belief. Bruce Brookshire, the main man on this one, he plays lead and rhythm, lead and background vocals, lead, slide, rhythm, and synthesizer. There are 2 people on this album playing synthesizer, and the very last thing you need on the Doc Holliday record are guitars that sound like they could have been on Freddie Mercury's Mr. Bad Guy album. Just no, and the cover sucks. I mean, the artwork sucks as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
You want to know the sad thing? When I
Not
first
your
started
number
getting
six.
into this is real. This is really sad. It's my number 6 as well.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah, it's my number 6 as well. How could it not be, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's no. Simon is absolutely correct. This is a horrid album. This is one of the biggest mistakes in rock and roll history. For a band that like probably half the universe does, or 3/4 of the universe has never heard of before, but they should have been a pretty big band. Yeah, I mean, when I first started listening to Doc Holliday, the first 2 albums I bought on CD. You can get them good price. I mean, I think aren't these rock? Yeah, these are Rock Candy releases, the ones that I have, which are great. And I was like, oh, I love this because I love Southern rock. I have to have it all. So I was like, I went to go get their 3rd album, and I read some kind of dicey reviews, but I'm like, I'm a kind of a completist, got to get it. So I spent like $50 on this CD. Never heard it. Got it. And I was like, well, I normally wouldn't spend that much money on a CD, but I really wanted to get it. And then I put it on and I was like, is this the same band? I mean, this is like, I mean, Simon is not kidding, guys. You listen to those first 2 albums and you listen to this, you wouldn't think it's the same band. I mean, like, what in the world were they thinking? And I mean, the cheesiest synths and electronic drums you have ever heard, ever. And they're like on every song. And it's really a shame because, you listen to some of these tracks and a couple of them, you're like, the basis of what could have been a pretty good song is there, but it's just completely ruined. There is nothing Southern rock sounding about this album. I mean, this is worse than that horrible Molly Hatchet album, than that horrible Blackfoot album, because all these Southern rockers did the same thing. They all went and did these just horrible 80s albums because they didn't know what else to do. But man, like City Night, you take away all this fluff that they put on, it might have been a decent song, but it sounds like a bad leftover from Flashdance or something. I mean, it's terrible. Dreaming, terrible 80s pop. Gimme Some is absolutely ridiculous. It's just so bad. Rock City is terrible, but you can hear what could have been a good hard rocker in there, but it's not. Annoying synth parts like popping up all over the place, and you're like, who approved for this to happen, Mr. Mac? Hell to Pay. It's got some big guitar riffs, but again, like Simon mentioned, they sound awful. I mean, the guitar set, the way this album is produced is just absolutely awful. I mean, this is like Hot Space awful. I mean, just like, yeah, it's just, No Relation to Love could have been a fun song. It's not. You Turn Me On is like funky R&B, like Chic or something like that. I'm like, the only song, honestly, that I think even works remotely is You Like to Rock, which is the last song. It's kind of heavy, but it's got these terrible, like Mutt Lange, Def Leppard drums, which just ruin it. And the chorus is the same thing. This is just like an absolute gargantuan mess of an album. And the fact that I paid $50 for this is probably the worst thing I'll say all day today. Yeah. So now that out of the way, and most people like turning off, like say, well, why am I watching this show? Because it's terrible. Hold on, because there's a lot of good coming up next. So
yeah, there's a lot of good coming up. And my number 5 is pretty good. I weighed up between a couple, and I've plumped right now for Good Time Music from 2003. Clearly at this point they are, thank you, well out of the clutches of big record label, and there's some good stuff on it. It's not as good as I think this band has delivered 2 classics. And this is not a classic, but it's pretty good. Nice guitar sound on Messiah. Farmer's Town's a lovely little song. I really like it. Clearly they've heard Summer of '69 by Bryan Adams. Just saying. And it's one of those classic Southern kind of songs. Daddy's Fallen Angel with a Farmer's Town, and you get that image, don't you? In your mind. It suits me too. It's nice, relaxed, and Skinner Day. And if I'm saying Skinner Day, that's good. But when I'm saying Skinner Day and there's a cover of Simple Man, that's why it's number 5. I don't need any more versions of Simple Man, ever. I don't need the version of Trudy by the Charlie Daniels Band, and I don't need J.J. Cale's Magnolia either. But the originals are pretty good. It's a strong Southern rock album for 2003.
I agree. I agree. More about that in a minute. I had a hard time. My number 4 and 5. I was kind of like, they're both to me about equally as solid. I decided to go with Danger Zone from '86. So here, they're really trying to make up for this, and I think they're getting back to business. All right. I think that they realize that the Modern Medicine was a huge mistake. It's not quite back to the first 2 albums, but I think we're moving in that direction. It's nowhere near the cheesiness of that other album, but the title track really rocks. Good vocals. I mean, he's a really good singer. He's a really, really strong singer. He kind of, to me, sounds like a Southern version of Bob Seger a little bit. He's got that kind of inflection in his voice, but I like him a lot. Good guitar player too. I'm not crazy about the drum sounds on this album. I think there's a little leftover of the electronic drum thing here from a previous album, but some of this stuff sounds like a heavier, more Southern Survivor, which is not necessarily a bad thing, I don't think. Ready to Burn, good rocker. A lot of guitar work. Redneck rock and roll band. That's what we want to hear. That's right. That's the kind of stuff we want to hear from this. That's just
that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that is like a Southern rock anthem right there. A lot of guitar solos and a lot of raunchy riffing. I mean, that's more like it, right? That's what we want to hear. Half of this album is just like that, which is good. Run to Me's got a nice hook. Southern Girls has terrible. I mean, that's the one thing about this album I don't like. Some of these songs sound very demo quality. And Southern Girls, the drums sound awful. It just sounds like a demo that wasn't finished. But I don't mind the song, but the quality of it is just terrible. Automatic Girl, pretty good. Tijuana Motel is pretty good instrumental. Sounds like a demo. Thunder and Light is excellent, heavy Southern rock, kind of like Blackfooty, great vocals and guitars. Like I said, there are some really strong tracks on here. There's a couple kind of average, but I think for the most part, this and everything we're going to talk about going forward is leagues better than this. This is a complete turd. All of these have plenty to recommend. So that's my number 5, Danger Zone.
I can't imagine much in this world that isn't better than Modern Medicine by Doc Holliday.
Yeah. I it's frightening how bad it is. When I was listening, I hadn't listened to it in years, and I went and re-listened to all these albums over the last 2 weeks, and I was like, holy cow, this is bad. I mean, this is like embarrassingly bad, like you don't even want your name tied to it bad. Horrible how they could go from those first 2 albums to that. I mean, there wasn't even a transition period, Simon. Nothing, right? I mean, they went from this kick-ass, gritty Southern rock band to that. Like, it's like the record label was like, all right, you did these 2 rockin' albums. You're a Southern rock band, but you didn't make any money. We got to make money on this one. So let's hook you up with Mac. He did good stuff with Queen. We made some money there, even though Hot Space was a pile of crap anyway. But and it completely backfired, like in the worst possible way. It's unbelievable how bad.
Yeah, indeed. Danger Zone is my number 4. Well, it's 4 now. Ready to Burn is Rebel Yell by Billy Idol. Redneck Rocker is a redneck rocker, and that's fantastic. Excellent. Southern Girls, it's a bit novelty-ish. Automatic Girl is a bit rappy, and Tijuana Girl, yay, yeah. Nice instrumental. I think we're always fans of instrumentals on song, but you're right, it doesn't sound that great. Thunder and Lightning, Into the Night, it's very muscular rock. If for instance the other week you liked Eden's Curse, you would like that particular song. It's kind of big and muscular, and I think Bruce Brookshire sounds a bit like a Southern rock Dio. He's very big voice.
I can see this. Yeah, he's got some presence, big time.
Indeed. One thing I would say is that All the Right Moves doesn't have any of the right moves, particularly the drum sound. And there's certainly on the version I've got, there's a version of Chuck Berry's I'm a Rocker, and there's no need for that.
Yeah, I don't have it on mine, which is weird.
There you go. Get on mine. Yeah, no need. As I will say again later, sorry. Yeah. Anyway, that's my 4.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. My number 4 is Good Time Music, which I kind of like that cover because, again, it reminds me of the debut, which I like the cover of the debut, and it's colorful. And this is good. this is good. Again, this is 2003, so we're like going way up. But they're proven to still be a force. And yes, the cover of Simple Man notwithstanding, which isn't bad, but
Oh,
we,
it's
we
not
didn't need it, right? We didn't need it.
superfluous.
Yeah, exactly. I think Black Cat is killer. Crunchy riffs and loads of guitar solos and Hammond organ. And Bruce's amazing vocals. I mean, really, really good stuff. Farmer's Tan is just silly, but it's a lot of fun. Messiah is really good. The title track is, good Southern boogie. I Can't See You is a good country rock tune. Take out the couple covers, which are not really needed. It's a very, very enjoyable record. And I think a good return to form for these guys. So yeah, that's my number 4.
Yeah, excellent. Let's zip through this. My number 3 is Son of the Morning Star, which we weren't going to do. That was a late decision that we were going to tag that one in because it's very, very difficult to get a hold of. I've never seen it. I listened to this on YouTube, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's much closer to their earlier material than Modern Medicine. Rebel Girl's nice and kind of acoustic. That's not a word, is it? Rock Attack is relatively thin production, but it's much more like it. They're getting the shit together again at this point. I Got an Angel. Hooky is something that's very, very hooky. Hooky is a fishing line with lots of hooks on it. You know what I mean? As is That Girl. The title track's really good. And if it reminded me of anybody, it would be the Outlaws.
Yes.
That is always a good thing. I think
Yes.
we can all agree. Working man, he doesn't like getting up at 6:30 in the morning and working until, but it sure does beat the unemployment line. I think we can all agree with that one, that kind of sentiment, It's a very, very good record.
Yep. I agree. It's my number 3 as well. And after I was listening, again, I didn't even remember when this was coming out. This is 93. So I would listen like you. I listened to it on YouTube, and I'm like, I got to get a copy of this. So I was able to find a copy that wasn't too much money on Discogs. So I'm eagerly awaiting that to come in. But yeah, it's really strong. You mentioned most of the good songs. I will add Red Hot and Ready is a red hot rocker. I like that quite a bit. On the Run, nasty riffing. And just Rebel Girl is great. You mentioned the hook, line, and sinker of I Got an Angel. Man, so catchy. In a different universe, that might have been like a hit single or something like that. But loads of great vocals and guitar solos all over this album. And I think the title track just, to me, takes me right back to the first 2 albums. I mean, they really captured the spirit of the first 2 records on this one. So kudos for that. I like it. I can't wait to get it. So that's my number 3 as well.
Decision time, isn't it?
I know. Yeah, I did the same thing. I couldn't decide from these first 2 albums. I'm like, oh man, every day I kept, the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, well, I think I like this one a little better. No, I think I like that one a little better. Yeah, it's a pick 'em, right?
It is. So
yeah.
I'm going to go with Doc Holliday Rides Again.
Okay.
2. Last Ride. What a spectacular opening song. It's guitars, Hammond organ. Yes, please give me that. Good Boy Gone Bad, the honky tonk. Yeah, just wow. Yeah, Don't Go Talking. Plenty of guitars. That kind of like guitars trading licks. Just yes, thank you. And Southern Man, not the Neil Young song. Thank God for that. But what a great. He was born a Southern man, and he's going to tell us about it, and he's going to play guitar about it. And thank you. It's an excellent record. I have no idea why it didn't sell in the billions.
Yeah. Again, maybe they came a couple of years too late. I don't know. But what's really weird is that 38 Special were doing big business at this time. Outlaws are doing good business at this time. Skynyrd, obviously we had the tragedy, but then the Rosalind Collins band did really good business. Charlie Daniels was doing pretty good business around this time. Molly Hatchet was doing really good business. So, do we blame the record label? I don't know. Because they were out on tour with everybody. They opened up for Sabbath. They opened up for Journey. They were on all the big tours. So what happened? I never heard any of these songs on the radio. And it's a shame because there's, Good Boy Gone Bad. It's just, it's made for radio. and there's blazing twin guitars everywhere. There's a couple songs on here, like how about like Don't Go Talking? I mean, that could have been a freaking Lynyrd Skynyrd song, for crying out loud. I mean, Last Ride, serious stuff. And I love a Southern rock band that throws Hammond organ into the mix too, with the twin guitars, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm a Deep Purple Uriah Heep fan, and anytime you throw Hammond organ into a mix of anything, I love it, and I think it works wonders in this band. Yeah, I don't, man. Lonesome Guitar that's their like kind of like Freebird, Green Grass, and High Tide song. It's terrific. That should have been another, I don't know. This is like a big mystery why this was not huge, or the one we're going to talk about in a minute. But I had the exact same problem with you. I couldn't decide which one was going to be my number one, because they're both equally as good. And I'll tell everybody watching, if you've never listened to Doc Holliday and you're kind of intrigued by this whole conversation, you can get both of their first two albums. They're both on Rock Candy, a CD reissue. Do it without hesitation. They are really good, kick-ass, melodic Southern rock from the early 80s that should have been huge. Anyway, back to you for number one. We know what it's going to be.
I feel like it might be 1981's Doc Holliday. This is the shit. This is a fabulous record. The opening one too. Oh yes, you see what he did. There Ain't No Fool, Magic Midnight Light. Just wow. I may be from the country, baby, but I ain't no fool. And that to me is a bit like that could have come from pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd. That kind of attitude.
Yeah,
that is sexy.
I mean, just look at them. I mean, they got Star written all over them. And again, we all love so many of the bands from around this time that look just. I mean, look at that afro there. Come on, man. Yeah, this should have been enormous. I'll show everybody.
Yeah.
We'll go to you. Great guitar work, great vocals, catchy songs, heavy enough in spots, melodic in other.
Yep, just tune after tune after tune. A Good Woman's Hard to Find is proper Southern, proper. I do that every time, though. Proper Southern rock. Just shitloads of guitars.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing. Round and Round is just a booty fest. Moonshine Runner, blistering guitar. Keep on Running opens with a phrase, just swamp music. Yes, I'm on board. I am on board at that point. There's no swamps near me. I've never seen a swamp, but I'm on board at that point. And I think you mentioned it earlier. Some of the guitars are just so Lizzie-like, thin Lizzie-like, and that's what kind of arguably sets them apart from other Southern rock acts. I know that they enjoyed Thin Lizzy. I'm sure there's some covers out there that they've done of Thin Lizzy.
Yeah, I have the one with the covers on. They do Jailbreak, I believe, is on.
Yeah. This one definitely has I'm a Rocker on, and that breaks the Chuck Berry rule. So we'll just put that to one side. But it's an excellent record, and rather like we were saying about Charlie Daniels earlier, these concise, 5 songs each side. Get in, say what they're saying, off they fuck. Here's the next album. Then Killed Stone Dead by Modern Medicine.
Yep. Yeah, which is a shame. Yeah, I echo everything he said. This is a really, really good album. It's my number one. Obviously, 1981's Doc Holliday. I get in addition to the Skynyrd vibes, I get a little Molly Hatchet meets Point Blank on a couple songs. They're, Point Blank pretty heavy on those first couple albums, and then you kind of get that here too as well. But all the guitar solo and all the great mayhem, I'm like sitting here on Magic Midnight Lady. I mean, it's such a great song, so hooky. Good Woman's Hard to Find. Loads of groove, loads of hooks on that. And a lot of the, like I said, loads of guitar solos. If you love the Outlaws too from the same period, a lot of that. Moonshine Runner, kick-ass Southern hard rock. Just absolute high energy guitars and just great vocals. Keep on Running. So good. Never Another Night. The Way You Do is more of like a country rocker thing, because they usually have, at least 1 or 2 songs on the early albums like that, but they're great. Somebody Help Me. All that Hammond organ, right? It's great stuff. Everybody watching, just go out immediately and get these. That's all you need to do. And if you like these enough, then I would seek out a couple of the others. Just do me a favor, whatever you do, don't waste $50 on this like I did. Please don't. If you want a good laugh, go on YouTube and listen to it, and you'll see what we're talking about. It'd be interesting to see what folks think if they decide to go take that venture, and let us know how bad you think it is if you agree with us, because it's pretty bad. But the rest of this is all really enjoyable. But our top two's as good as it gets.
Yeah. Can I, whilst we recommend Song for the Outlaw live?
Oh, I don't have that. Ooh.
Terrible inlay bits. Just early example of Photoshop. On a French record label, I think. Maybe not says it's from London, but yeah, really strong live record. Really, really good. It's got Lost Ride on, Southern Man / Doing It Again as a medley, Home Time Sweetheart, and the song, the actual song for the Outlaw, which is about Ronnie Van Zant, is just the dog's bollocks. Really, really good. Really strong record. Deeply obscure. Had to really work hard to get that order when I was at university. I kept going into the shop and everything, so it's a great record, and I'm really pleased that I annoyed the living daylights out of that record shop.
What year did that come out in?
Well, I was at university in 1990, so 89, 90. It was recorded during May and April 1988. Recorded at various concerts in April and May 1998. Yes.
Okay, cool. That's a pretty good time period. So I got to find that. That's all I need, really. I need like a kick-ass live album from these guys, and that'll make my collection complete. So yeah, cool. All right, everybody, you got your homework, right? So if you've never listened to these guys, please go check out those first two albums. If you want a good laugh, check out Modern Medicine. But more importantly, if you are a fan of Doc Holliday, rank them as you like them in the comments below. It'll be interesting to see what everybody comes up with. And hope you enjoyed this little excursion into Southern rock here today. Doc Holliday and Charlie Daniels Band. If you haven't seen that episode yet, please go check that out here on the channel. And Simon and I have done a few Southern rock episodes here in the past. We did
we did Point Blank. If people weren't getting the reference that you made earlier, we did them, didn't we? And that's a short, nice little discography. Not many records there. So.
No, not many either. Right about the same. So yeah, check out our Point Blank episode, our Atlanta Rhythm Section episode. We did some sort of not really a ranking episode, but we did a 38 special episode. I guess we got to kind of circle back and do that at some point. And
yeah, we did later 38 special, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
You did earlier once with somebody else.
Or did I do a top 10 songs? I don't know what did I do? I don't remember what I did for 38 special. I'll have to go double check, because I have this feeling I didn't do a proper ranking episode. So might have to revisit that. And you know what? I've never done a Wet Willie episode. I don't know if you're into Wet Willie at all, but yeah, might have to visit that at some point. I'm trying to think of like what notable Southern rock bands have not been covered here on the channel. I know I haven't done Rosalind Collins Band, but it's only 2 albums. But I may want to do it anyway, just for the hell of it, because it's just an excuse to talk about a good band.
Yeah.
Who else is there? We did the Outlaws, right? Did we do the Outlaws?
Oh, yes, we did the Outlaws. Have you ever done Skinhead solo stuff? There's loads of good stuff there.
No.
Have you got it?
I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have much. Yeah, that's probably why.
There you go then.
Yeah. We haven't done Marshall Tucker. That's coming up soon. All right. That's the one notable that's really missing that sticks out. Molly Hatchet's been done. God, who else is there? There's so many Southern rock bands, but I'm sure there's some that we're just spazzing on. But that's Simon and I are big fans. I love Southern rock. I have since I was a kid, and there's just something about it. I don't know. A lot of people ask me, like, well, what do you like about Southern rock? I'm like, I don't know. I like all the guitars. I like the vibe of it all. It's kind of feel good music to me. I don't know. It's sometimes I gravitate towards music that's not overly serious, and I think Southern rock music is not. They don't take themselves too seriously, but it's just good, fun stuff, right?
Well, as you know, my other thing is power metal, and what they got is the sense of the ridiculous and the sense of the not taking themselves too seriously, and importantly, shitloads of guitars.
Yes. The guitar factor is a big thing.
What's the point in having any song whatsoever and not having twin guitar solos?
Yes.
What's the point?
Mandatory. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And you get plenty of them here. So again, I will repeat myself once again. I repeat myself when I'm distressed. Doc Holliday, first 2 albums, loads of guitar solos, twin guitars, Hammond organ, great vocals, kick-ass Southern rock. Check them out. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Of course, we are on YouTube. What is it?
All the damn time.
Yes, there you go. That's the catchphrase. So
That's a lot.
for Simon Bray, I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll be seeing Simon pretty soon once again. I know everybody loves to see Simon, Stephen Reed, and myself together. So we're planning on some additional shows that we'll be doing. And I think Simon and Stephen are going to go round 2 for album homework assignment, probably in a few weeks or about a month. So that'll be coming too. I think everybody enjoyed, myself especially enjoyed that one. So they're going to be giving each other, if they haven't already, I don't know where that's at, new assignments.
I'm going to stuff him.
I know you are. You know better. You learned from that first episode, right?
Oh yeah.
Stephen, if you're watching, and I know you are, the gauntlet has just been raised. So we look forward to that. So thanks for watching, everybody. For Simon Bray, I'm Pete Pardo. Take care. Bye-bye.